Watch this. Watch this. So this is the N-word, Mom.
I didn't get a sausage.
Just her mother called racist of the year by the Minnesota Hate Crime Division.
What a joke. I worked my ass off to get where I am. And you take these shortcuts and you think suddenly you're my peer? You do what I do because you're funny and you can make people laugh? I committed my life to this. You don't slide into it like a cheap pair of slippers and then reap all the reward.
Okay, here's the thing. There is a vein of truth to what is being said here, right? Because she said a slur. We don't know how she actually treats black people, what her actual opinions are on race or anything.
There's a picture of her kissing a black guy.
Well, look at that, and so that's what I mean about people are getting so insanely triggered by a word.
The thing,
I'm not saying the word is good or anything like that, but there's so much context here that people are going crazy and ignoring and going crazy over about a word someone said in an argument. It was a heated moment. She was angry. Something bad happened to her. And so she drops the word. Someone tries to confront her and she's basically, screw you. I'll say it anyway. I'm upset.
I still don't think enough people are asking what the diddler was doing in the playground.
Yeah, there's that as well.
See, that's the part that stands out to me. She could sit there and say that word all goddamn day long. I could give it's just a word.
Yes.
Right? Unless it has context, unless it has some sort of meaning. And I mean, look, I have no idea of the old context of if the kid actually stole the bag or not. And then the pictures of the kid out there, they're trying to say it's a 5-year-old. If that's a 5-year-old, then I'm Punky Brewster. So that's another problem here. And I'm not even trying to stand up for what she did or how she did it. But wasn't she provoked in the first goddamn place? Like, didn't this guy say, go ahead and say it? You know you want to say it or something like that is my understanding. So, like, to me, it's just redonkulous to begin
my
with.
problem isn't that she said it. I mean, I'm pretty numb to that word. I think for the most part, I just don't understand the hype around people wanting to say it for some stupid reason. But whatever.
Well, it's become taboo now.
It's a pretty simple answer. People are sick of. People are sick of the bullshit.
Sure, I get that, but my problem with all of this is the money. Right, it's the money. Like, are we really giving stupid people money for doing stupid shit? Like, is that what we're doing now? We're just like making them rich.
Well, technically, she's paying for. She's supposed to be paying for.
I believe it's over 600,000 now.
Okay, but hear me out. People have complained, right? Like when Trump was running against Biden, their number one complaint was the economy, how bad things are, how hard times are, right? How expensive everything is. But we're giving stupid ass people our hard-earned money when eggs are like $13 and shit like that. Like, this is the part I'm having a problem with.
I think there's a couple
instead of protecting
ways...
her family, you need to give me and Dillard the money.
Protect
and me the money so I can go to New South Wales.
Yeah, I don't know. I think she's just grifting.
Protect her.
It's working.
From who? Right? Where are these threats?
From angry blacks. What are you?
Where are the threats?
No,
show me.
They've doxed her. They've doxed her.
Yeah.
They have done a ton of shit,
She's
dude.
being threatened or doxed and all this shit. Show me something, right? Otherwise, just like Carmelo Anthony, no one knows shit, and they're sending stupid people money. Same with him, same with her, right? Because we don't know anything.
I don't know. I feel like if somebody did this, I feel like given the current climate, it's an easy believe that somebody would try to get her fired or doxed.
Okay, where's the floating around,
man?
I've seen some clips of people, speaking about her, saying that, they want to do some very violent things to her and stuff.
Okay, sure. That's social media. That doesn't count. I'm talking about where are the direct threats to her life?
I would say the N-word for $1 million.
If her name and address gets doxed,
I would sing it actually over and over for $1 million.
Yeah.
Send me $1 million on PayPal right now. I will write a song about the N-word.
For $1 million,
I'll even show my face and put my name on my forehead for $1 million.
Don't get me wrong, Verbal. I think the whole situation is ridiculous, but there is some interesting aspects to kind of consider about it. I don't think this would have grown to this level if is it Carmelo Anthony, that guy? If that guy didn't have a Kickstarter that went so big, I think this is.
Yeah, I agree.
Like there's a retaliatory kind of comeback aspect to this as well. I think some people are actually sympathizing. Like I think an approach to this is that what she did was bad. No one's excusing that as bad. But if there is a backlash that is so crazy hate-filled over a word that's way too much of an attack against someone who said a bad word in a bad situation where they were upset and everything like that. And that if people are trying to ruin her life over something that's ultimately like it was a dumb, stupid interaction, that then people are throwing support to her saying that or expressing that her life doesn't deserve to be ruined over something this stupid. And then it's blowing up, and she's made $500,000.
But that's what happens when you do stupid shit. You run the risk of ruining your life, right? Like that's
well, it depends how stupid, because I think saying one bad word isn't cause enough to ruin someone's life by any
So you're
means.
saying the stupid thing she did was take her children to a park that had a black kid.
No.
I guess that's not her in the picture. That's what
the
Cromer.
I would say you're correct. That was probably a bad move for her to be interacting with those people.
Yeah, that was the bad move, right? But
so she shouldn't have been there in the first place. She was putting her kid in danger.
Hold on a second. Now hold on. Crimson skid mark for 20 says it's not like she stabbed the kid in the heart.
Yes, we understand that. But
it's a fair point,
that's kind
though.
of what I said from
the
start.
It's not like she dropped the kid, off a balcony in the mall.
And I've already said I think Carmelo Anthony's guilty until proven innocent. I think that until we see some kind of proof that it was self-defense, then he's guilty, right? That's the logical conclusion, that Carmelo Anthony is guilty. Am I right?
You're correct. He is innocent until proven guilty in a court of.
But
I'm pretty sure he's guilty.
Because he's now saying it's self-defense, the burden is now on him to prove that it was under self-defense.
Exactly.
Yes,
so he's guilty until he can prove that.
Well, but I understand what Shad is saying. This is like when basically the OJ verdict came across, because we all know why that happened that way, because of Rodney King, and they were afraid of more riots, right? So he's right. Like, this is a reversal of on that. It's like you have this other situation where this kid stabbed this other kid, and it became a race thing, right? And you've had both sides at odds with each other for weeks on end. And then you have this chick who got baited into this video. That's what I'll say, honestly. She probably got baited into this. This guy looked for the moment, knew he would go viral with this, and he probably baited her, and she fell for it. And at the end of the day, a lot of people are like looking at it going, you know what? This chick didn't really do anything bad compared to the situation we've been dealing with the last few weeks. She doesn't deserve this shit. Right now, am I condoning what she said or did? No, but I still ask the bigger question: what the was a diddler doing in the park? Nobody keeps bringing that up. Like, they just keep bypassing. Who gives a what she said? I'd be punching the shit out of that. Let me tell you, if there was a video right now, it'd be me kicking the shit out of him. Be like, what the are you doing here? Where's your kid? Why are you here?
And the question is, why isn't there so much obsession around this guy? People trying to expose him or get him kind of social justice or anything like that, where they're ignoring all that and they're getting completely sidetracked over a word. And
bingo, Shad and I are on the same page with this. Yes, thank you. You know exactly where I'm coming from, because this I'm just
saying $500,000. Right,
it's ridiculous. Really? Oh, don't get me wrong; it's crazy.
Well, what are we doing here? Like, $500,000.
Will I get the same amount of money if I say the word?
No, away for free.
Now let's be clear here, right? Now that she has kind of set the bar, if you will. So what's the next video that's going to come out, right? It's just going to be a bunch of people saying the N-word, hoping that they get paid off too, hoping that
it's not going to work out the same way, though.
Oh, I mean, I get where you're coming from,
but we know where it's going, right? I mean, this is the scam. This is the scam of the week.
So
see, I'm of the opposite opinion. I don't believe that this guy and him being a diddler is the story we should be worried about. We should be worried about is all the people that are throwing the money at this woman because they're really sick and tired of African American fragility, and they're sick and tired of tiptoeing around. And because this lady said it and is taking the heat for it, we're going to go ahead and support her. Like, this is big. That's the
big 500. It's raised 592,000.
But if we're going to talk about facts over feelings, right? What are the facts? We don't know shit. We haven't seen any threats. We didn't even see a video of her calling the kid the N-word, right?
Right.
We don't know anything. This could all be fabricated.
Didn't she drop it in that video though that she said?
No.
I thought I saw a
We
video
never
of
see
this.
her call the kid that.
Oh,
She
But
said
the
it to
kid.
the dude, and that's what I was saying. And
So this could all be.
how do we know that
fabricated.
guy's a
Hell,
pedophile? Did somebody run a background check on
That's
him?
been
her and the pedophile could be in a relationship for all
No,
we know.
they found his photo, and I can show. I'll go grab the.
yeah, and I
feed
shared
matter,
a version of the story in the back here to answer some of Verbal's questions because she did get doxxed.
She
Yeah,
got
right,
doxxed,
so-
but one of the things that nobody's really talking about, if you look in the background of all the people that are at the park, they're all Muslim. And so she does this thing like with her tongue where she like, makes a noise mocking Muslims. And no one's like really talking about that either. But I believe she's in one of those cities that's like been overrun with Muslims. And so I think she's just pretty much had it.
Yeah, like the fatigue that she's having has put her on the same level as like Kyle Rittenhouse. We need to show support, financial support
And look,
to our
I
hero,
gotta
our
say,
queen, our Valkyrie.
I mean, I'm more offended by, I'm not excusing what she did, but I'm more offended by people throwing support to Camilla Anthony for stabbing a guy in the
Right.
chest, right? And the comments under that GoFundMe are just evil, insanely evil, and racist to the extreme. It's crazy, some of those comments where they're just like, I'm paraphrasing, but to the effect like, I'm supporting you because you killed a white person. I want to see more white people die. Stuff like that.
Well, and
It's
that's what I was
it's
trying to
insane.
say from the outset, right? Like, and that's what Diller was getting at. Is like that's why they're supporting her, right? We have seen such a swing
Now,
to where
hold on
people
a
are
second.
treating somebody using a word
I
compared
need to
to.
hold on. I need to say something, Tom, and it's important. A lot of people in the chat are saying, "Based Dillard is speaking facts." So if you want to, you need to support Dillard by buying the Mighty Golden Patriot, a book that he drew and has a large percentage of. So
I mean,
you should
this guy is
support.
fighting the good fight. The Nazi war machine is making mechs. I
You
mean,
need
they
to
got
support this man.
I support your book, Flash, but I ain't said shit for an hour, and then I start talking, and you interrupt me, you jerk.
I'm going to interrupt you to the show because it was a good show.
Jerk.
Because Dillard, all these people saying based Dillard, support this man and buy the Mighty Golden Patriot. Thank you.
I had to listen to you talk about alcohol and all this other
Let the man
crap.
steal his book.
Jesus Christ.
Tom,
How
would
long
you
do you
marry
say-
this woman?
I could fix her.
What's wrong with her? She just likes
Nothing.
to. She just likes to say the N word.
Nothing.
It's a flaw.
You say she's at a park with a bunch of Muslims, and you say, "Why is she there?" Well, it was probably not full of Muslims a few years ago. It's probably where she lives.
What is this, Anna? Oh, this is that guy. Okay, let me pull this up. Hold on.
Yeah, so this is the guy that was filming. This is the kid. So yeah, he's accused of raping a 16-year-old after offering her a place to stay.
Oh my.
Yeah. And then this is like the
You called him
Oh man.
Oh, right at the beginning.
no, Flash, you can show this on YouTube. It's been shown all around.
No. That's people show it that
Okay,
don't have
I'll mute it, but
thousands
you
of
can-
people that flag their shit. I don't
You can see the chick right here, and then I want to get to the
She says it again though.
No, she does it a couple times, but you can see like there's like one white lady that's over here, but she does this thing with her tongue where it's like it's like the Muslim like chant or something. Yeah, that.
like
that.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she
And-
does that right there, see?
Oh yeah, I see it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then
And
yeah,
Valiant,
I
I
feel like, dude, don't film me. Like, don't film my children.
No, but this
Also-
is what Dillard's talking about is like 10 years ago, 5 years ago. None of this shit would have happened. It's just that people have been pushed so far to a point with this shit where that's why they're supporting
my
it.
other question with this though is this happens and she's confronted by some weird guy she's never seen before, and she's she gets provoked to say these words holding a child. Like she didn't just leave, like she took time to kind of banter back and forth with this weird
Well,
I've
I-
said
you know
worse
what?
for
I-
less, Verbal. I mean,
no, but I'm
I
saying
bet
you got a
you-
child in your arms, dude. Like
Well,
don't
you know
sit
what?
there-
I can tell you what probably happened. She got robbed from. She was trying to say to that kid, like, what the hell are you doing? And the parents, which is, I don't know if this guy's the parent or not. The parent probably either didn't speak English or didn't do anything. So she went to go she was pissed off. She said the word. And then she's obviously looking for her other child because she has 2 kids. So she's off looking for her other child. And this pedophile is following her around, filming her. She's probably had enough. Like, I would have been like, don't film my children. Like, what the f- is wrong with you, you freaking perv? Stop filming my children. That would have been my thing to say to him. But you can tell she's completely had enough of it.
Mm-hmm.
Most people have.
And
I'm
then,
Like
tired-
in my
I'm tired of
regular
the-
day-to-day
Now
life,
she-
I would never attack somebody or call them a name or do anything. I normally just keep to myself, keep my head down, go to the store, buy my cigarettes, go back home. But
Yeah,
I
I
was
think
out
you don't
visiting my
call
sister
everybody
one
that, I
day,
can.
and I was parking, and it was in a ghetto area, which is why I hate going to the city. But I had to go visit my sister, and somebody had put like a chair in the street to like preserve their parking spot in a public parking area. So I parked there. I moved the chair and I parked right there. Then when I come back out, they had backed their car up so I could not get out. And they were like, no, we're not leaving until we get an apology. And I lost my shit. I started throwing names. I started making accusations, making threats.
I had to
I
call
had
the
enough.
police. Well, no, I bet you she wouldn't have said anything if it wasn't for the fact that it was over her children. Like, that kid stole from her kid. Like, went and got into her diaper bag and was stealing her kid's food, and she lost it.
Somebody said, I'm going to drop the price. You send me $100,000, I'll say it right now.
Now, no, verbal, like, I kind of get what you're saying about, what happens next, because there
I'll
is
say
some
it for a
stuff to be
third of that.
concerned
Yeah,
about it, right?
I'm going to be honest. I'd say it for $1,000. I'd probably actually say
I'm
it
gonna
for
say
a couple
I'll say it
hundred.
for a couple $100.
I'd
Yeah,
say it
exactly.
I'd say it for a trip to Sydney to eat a bloomin' onion, $1,000.
Final
There's gonna
offer,
there's gonna be a ton of people that are gonna be making
$100,
videos.
I'll say
And
it.
Rhino won't do
trust
shit
me.
for less than $1,000.
And trust me, I'm Australian, so you'll want to hear the way I say it.
But I respect you for that. See, you have a standard. Like, you won't do jack shit for less than $1,000.
I'll drag
Right.
out that R.
I'm dropping the price, $100. Is that okay, Verbal?
I don't think I've ever heard an
think-
Australian person say
think
it
we're-
before.
I think we're setting stupid trends, man. Like, I mean, people are getting rewarded, like in big ways, right? I mean, we're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars for bad behavior. And
Yeah. Like, remember the Hawk Tour girl? Like,
Sorry,
she made it big. Then there were a
She
ton
did.
of copycat videos where girls were out there trying to be as lewd as they can to get some shine, right? They were trying. I was like, I'm gonna do the lickety splickety and all this stupid shit, trying to be the next Hawk Tour girl. But none of it was genuine. This reeks of genuine frustration, and so she got the clout for it.
And now
Yeah,
she
but
can buy her kids their very own playground in her backyard. So there you go.
Yeah.
But to your point, Verbal, I agree. Like, this is a concern. And in terms of the comments and reactions to both situations, I don't think I've seen such open and, I guess, confident expressed racial hatred between both black and white people, nearly in my life, of people just saying some really extreme stuff on both sides. And that is a concern. It seems like people are becoming more extreme because of these incidents that are happening, and people are getting.
I think
set
it's
up
a
to
sign
push
of
it
how
further.
far we have regressed.
it's
Right?
not
Like,
dude,
it's
it's
absolutely
Think about how great. I want you to think about how great race relations were in the 90s.
You know why?
And
Because
even in the
we didn't-
early 2000s.
we didn't have social media, man. You guys realize we've been programmed for a long time, right?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
like all of this is programming. So like this racial heat that we're in right now, this has been like years of build up to this because of social media, right?
It's been manufactured
Because
by the Democratic Party
completely
and the
wrong.
Peoples.
And people keep taking the bait is my problem, right? We
I
keep
agree
taking
with
the
you,
bait.
Verbal. I do. I sympathize with the situation, but I understand how we got here. And that's where Shad and I are coming from on this. Is like, you have had people for so long now
But
who
we
never
got
would
here
have
through
acted this way or said these things or
manipulation.
thought these things before.
But we got here because of cause, not because of like random shit that happened. This was all designed, man. Like,
Oh,
and this is-
absolutely. Nobody's arguing that. Nobody is arguing that at all.
Obama
we keep
Obama
calling for it,
era
right?
set back race relations 100%. Biden set it back too. All the bullshit that they pushed, all the trash that they spoke. Obama getting up there. What was that kid say? Oh, if I had a son, he'd be something like that guy. Like, they set back race relations big time. They have set our society back. The Democratic Party
Oh, I totally agree with that.
set
Yeah,
back
absolutely. They have.
race relations.
I'll say
I
it again.
heard-
Michael
I heard-
Jackson ended racism in 1993, and Al
Yeah.
Sharpton brought it back.
Well, you remember the
Dillard's
bullshit that
right.
was? Do you remember the bullshit that was going on? When was it? They had like it was in 2016 with Trump. They had like that white. They were showing videos of that white couple kissing all those black guys' boots.
Yeah, that was
Remember
weird.
that shit?
That was weird.
Well, no, but Dillard, and we've
Yeah,
said it a
verbal.
million
Where's your
times
outrage
over.
about that?
Oh, I
mean,
said, come on, dude. This is me. I mean,
we
I
were raised
said
in a
something
world
about
where
that.
Michael Jackson and Prince were the two biggest musicians in the world. Bill Cosby was the biggest, highest paid actor on television. Eddie Murphy was one of the biggest stars in the film, right? And then you get into the 90s and it's even more. Like I've been watching a lot of 90s films lately. It's amazing how diverse the cast is, yet nobody brings up the fact that anybody's other than white, right? Like it never comes up. It's just a recent thing. It's like we were naturally getting to a point where like, yeah, all of a sudden you start seeing more black people and more Asian people and more, Hispanic people in movies and stuff as you get into the 90s and stuff. And nobody brings it up or cares.
Yeah,
Right?
I mean, you could even say Michael Jackson brought black people and white people together, both literally and figuratively.
It doesn't matter if you're black or white.
And they killed him for it.
Let me get this
They
super
did.
chat
Well,
from Dawn.
They killed him for
here.
royalties. Let's be real.
Dawnbreaker for 20. This is what BLM and black supremacists have fought for when they attack white people, when they fight fake racism with real racism. You get real racism thrown back at you. This is their bet. It's time to lay it. No sympathy.
Okay,
I mean,
you
he's
realize-
onto something there, though. BLM and like that Al Sharpton race hustling piece of shit.
Yeah.
All those guys out there
Mhm.
doing this shit have
Yep.
grift. It's a grift.
All the
Look at all those
DEI
BLM
shit,
people
all of this stuff,
buying,
all of it.
buying Hollywood mansions with that money, man.
Okay, but here's the thing. Everyone is in on the grift, right? I mean, there are grifters literally on the left and the right. I mean, the people who are hyping this shit up, these people like Ian Miles Chong, right? And guys like that.
Yeah.
You're telling me that
No,
they're
you're
not
right about him. He doesn't even live in America.
Well, it's because verbal. How did these guys sell this shit to you? They sold that you had this disease called racism, but guess what? I have the cure and I can sell it to you for $19.99 plus shipping and handling. That's exactly what they did. They convinced you had a disease that you didn't have in the first place, and they were the only cure.
Wait, what are you
Right?
talking
And so the whole idea that this, you're born a racist bullshit, this whole BLM movement, this whole entire thing that exactly what you're talking about. We all agree with you, man. It's like it was all built and manufactured out of this idea that if you convince all these people that they were born racist, they will conform to this idea. And I think that this is where hopefully, if anything comes of this whole idea of white guilt dies with this chick. Right, that's maybe one of the good things that comes out of this. Because I agree with what you're saying. We can't keep making victims out of bad people. And we can't keep rewarding bad behavior. But at the same time,
I feel like I need to be clear here. My biggest problem with all this is I don't give a fuck what she said. My biggest problem is the money. The money part is where I'm having a hard time with this dumb shit. Because people are making bank off of this, and it's a scam, and people are okay with being scammed out of their money. Like that's the weird thing about this for me.
And instead of sending her money, send me money and Dillard money and buy the mighty Golden Patriot today. Buy it today.
Because of social media.
Dillard will write the N-word on a piece of paper and send it to you with your order if you special request it.
I'm going to tell you right now, y'all have a disease, and the only cure is the Golden Patriot.
That's right.